Yo, what's up everybody? This is Junior Chicken here, and you already know what this video is about. It's about the 54 Fact Extravaganza for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. I know it says 50 Fact Extravaganza, but they threw in 4 more at the end, so it's 54 Fact Extravaganza. But anyways, there's been so many cool new features added in, such as online features, new modes to play in, and just so much cool stuff that's been introduced in this Direct. The game is less than a month away, and I really like to share my thoughts on this 50 Fact Extravaganza, starting with default fighter lineup. So the Wii U version is going to have 40 plus fighters to start out with. I'm not so sure about this. A lot of the fun in Super Smash Bros. Is unlocking the new characters, and since there's only a cast of 48 fighters at the moment, it seems just kinda shallow that there's very few unlockable characters. Both the Wii U and the 3DS will have the same moveset for each character, but that's kind of a no-brainer. Resolution. The Wii U version is in high definition, as you probably already know, 1920 by 1080 pixels. That is approximately 20 times the resolution from the 3DS, so expect a lot of nice details in this game. What's this? You can play with a maximum of 5 players in Smash? Nope. Whoa, wait, 6 players in Smash? Nope. 8 players in Smash! Yeah! 8-player Smash! You can get a bunch of friends to play now, not just a small group. However, since there's a lot of players on the field, you are only allowed to play on certain stages, such as Omega stages! Bigger stages. This explains why Palutena's Temple is so huge. There are now bigger stages made specifically for these 8-player Smash battles. You won't see these a lot in online play though, which is a good thing. And there's also Big Battlefield, an alteration of Battlefield to suit the more players. Sure, it's a bit more generic, adding 3 more platforms, but there's not much they could have done with it. Danger Zones. The Great Cave Offensive is going to be one of the new big stages, but seeing that there's no way that you could KO your opponents by flying them off the screen, there are now Danger Zones. If you touch these Danger Zones, you're going to get hurt, but it gets even more dangerous once you reach over 100% damage. You will instantly die if you touch these. Yeah, I've complained about instant KO traps in the past, but with these, it's much more common sense. Avoid them if you have 100 HP or higher. Dual plane battling. Sweet! There's a Donkey Kong Country Return stage, Jungle Hijinks. And it's also integrated something from Donkey Kong Country Returns, dual planes. You can fight in the foreground or the background, and you can use the cannons to transport between each of them. There's also a system integrated so that you don't abuse the cannons. If you get shot out of a cannon, you'll be in an overheated stage, which means if you jump into a cannon while overheated, it will just explode, damaging you. You also fly farther if you're in the background plane, so you gotta watch out for that. Number of stages. So the Wii U is going to have a bit more stages than the 3DS version, and the stages are going to be a bit more complex in their designs. I cannot wait to play on the Kalos Pokemon League. It's such an awesome stage. There's other stages such as Mario Circuit, Mario Galaxy, Castle Siege, Orbital Gate Assault, Gar Plains, Yoshi's Island, Wily's Castle, Windy Hill Zone, Lilac Cruise, Town and City, Mario Circuit from Brawl, Wushu Island, 75 meters, Wrecking Crew, Skyworld, Wii Fit Studio, North Fair, Boxing Ring, Port Town Aero Dive, Skyloft, Luigi's Mansion, Pyrosphere, On It, Halbrid, Delfino Plaza, Gamer, Pilot Wings, and Bridge of Eldin, Finals Destination, and Miiverse Stage. While this hasn't been implemented yet, there's going to be a special stage known as Miiverse. During the fights on the Miiverse stage, certain Miiverse posts will pop up, cheering on the characters in the arena. While this is pretty creative on a social media standpoint, I'm not sure if I'm going to play on this stage very much. I haven't gotten to Miiverse yet. Palutena's Guidance. For those who like the Snake Codecs calls on Shadow Moses' Island, there's something similar that you'll find in Palutena's Temple. Just execute Pit's downward taunt, and you can have a conversation with Palutena and Verity about the fighter that Pit is fighting against. This is gonna bring the humor from Icarus Uprising, and can't wait to see the fourth wall breaks. Also, you can have special appearances from Crom and maybe Lucina. Metal Face. You remember that egotistical, sadistic mechon from the Xenoblade Chronicles series? Yeah, Metal Face. He is a boss in Gower Plains. He's going to be causing a lot of mayhem in the course, but thankfully, you can have a cathartic feeling when you take down that bastard. Ridley. Okay, so Ridley is not playable in Smash. He's instead a stage boss hazard. But thankfully he is getting a bit more special treatment. If you attack Ridley enough, he'll actually team up with you to pummel the other fighters. It's so awesome to have a nice slave working for you, right? And if he absorbs a certain amount of energy, he'll become Meta Ridley. I'm curious to see what energy that is. Is it Aura? And if you KO Ridley, you'll actually get a point for it, even if he's teamed up with you. That is actually pretty creative. Coin battles. So coin battles are back for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Stamina battles. I like stamina battles. They're a nice change of pace once in a while. They're just like a regular fighting game where if your hit points hit 0, it's game over. Unfortunately, it's still a feature of Special Smash. Special Smash has a bit more customizability with the body aspect. You can be metal, clear, tailed, hold a rocket pack, hold the screw attack, or the back shield. Item frequency. This is different from the 3DS where it was either on or off. No in between. My music. We don't have to go over this. Menu music? No. Tons of music. Okay. Well, if the 3DS had a bunch of tracks from classic games, then if the Wii U version has all the tracks from the 3DS and more, yeah, that's a muck ton of music. Composers. No, we don't need to go over that. CDs? Okay, CDs. Once again, you can collect CDs in the Wii U version to obtain certain music tracks. Challenges. There are 140 challenges in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. They're all laid out on one page. I like challenges because they give you an incentive to complete tasks in the game. Classic. In the 3DS version, you got to choose which fighters you fought, what your prizes would be, and possibly how difficult it was. I like this feature because it was much more holistic rather than the linear adventures that we took on in previous classic modes. But now for the Wii U version, it becomes a bit more complicated and skill-based, as you fight multiple enemies at once in one match. There's also intruders and rivals in the game that you have to beat, making it much more strategic. And once again, you can increase the intensity, which costs a bit of gold, but can give you greater rewards if you beat them. Or you can play it safe and make it very easy. And you can play co-op mode, allowing you to obtain 2 character trophies if you beat it. Clear movies. Of course, when you beat classic mode, you'll see a short movie featuring the fighter you used. But you don't need to know that. All-Star mode. Yeah, we're pretty familiar with All-Star mode by now. The 3DS changed it up quite a bit by making you face fighters based on when they were chronologically introduced. But for the Wii U version, they flipped the switch. You face newer characters before you get to face old school characters like Donkey Kong, Mario, and Pac-Man. And there's a nice display in the background showing the fighters you've defeated. And you can go 2-player co-op because why not? Event mode. Event mode now comes in a tree-like structure. I guess these are based on themed matches, which I guess this is a nice little change up from the linear structured event modes that we had in the past. And there's of course co-op events, because once again, why not? Smash Run was a really great feature. It may have been frustrating at times for me with certain enemies, but damn, it was great to collect all those power-ups and become super powerful at the end, and the rewards were quite satisfying. Unfortunately, it's not on the Wii U, Instead, we get Smash Tour. Smash Tour. Or as I like to call it, Smash Party. Yeah, it's kind of like Mario Party. It's a board game where you roll a die in order to go around the board. You can collect power-ups as well as fighters that you can use in battle. Using your Mii, you move around the board. If you land on the same spot as another person, it goes into a 4-player Smash match. And if you win, you can actually steal a fighter from a certain Mii's lineup. There's also random events like there were in Smash Run, and at the end you go into a 4-player battle where you use the fighters you have collected as your stock, as well as the power-ups that you have received throughout the game. This sounds great because I'm a fan of Mario Party, so combining it with Smash Brothers, yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Target Blast. For those of you who don't know, Target Blast is an Angry Birds style game where you launch a bomb in order to destroy targets. However, in the Wii U, the second bomb is heavier and larger, meaning there's a more powerful explosion and it's harder to launch, meaning you need to use more raw power. There's also 3 different types of stages that you can use in Target Blast. I'm not really a big fan of Target Blast because I find that only the heavy hitters can really get a high score in this game. Group Stadium. Alright, now here's where some real competition comes in. You can actually play stadium minigames with up to 4 players now. Compete in Target Blast to see who gets the highest score. You can have 4-player multi-man melees. You can clear the mode together. Co-op with 2 people in home run contests. Or compete against 3 of your friends to see who can hit the sandbag the farthest. It's a new way to compete against each other besides beating each other up. Special Orders. Looks like Master Hand and Crazy Hand are actually willing to help you out now, with a new feature called Special Orders. With these, you face certain matches that they set out in order to win prizes. With Master Hand, you pay a certain amount of gold for a certain difficulty of task, and if you beat it, you get a reward. Of course, the higher the difficulty, the greater the reward. For Crazy Hand, it gets more crazy, I guess you could say, as you actually have to pay gold or a pass just to start up, and you face matches that become difficult the more times you win. You have to keep up a continuous win streak, because if you lose all of your rewards. Once you believe you're done, you can face off against Crazy Hand to keep all of your prizes. Master Fortress. Remember when you defeated one of the hands on the 3DS version on the higher difficulty levels and then the other hand turned into this monstrosity? Yeah, the Master Core pretty much took anyone off guard if they hadn't heard about it before. The swarm became bigger with every difficulty level, with Master Shadow being a clone of you, Master Edges cutting you relentlessly, Master Beast with almost undodgeable attacks, and Master Giant who I haven't even reached yet. But if you get to the highest difficulty level in the Wii U version, the swarm's so big it becomes Master Fortress. It's pretty much like a platforming level where you have to find all the weak spots before the time runs out. It's ridiculously dangerous.